All right, let's dive in. We are about to talk about what might just be the single most important transformation in human history over the last 1,000 years. Seriously, it's a story packed with steam, iron, and, well, just unbelievable change. A change that literally created the world you and I are living in right now. So, let's get into how it all kicked off.
Okay, do me a favor. Just for a second, look around you, right now. Your phone, maybe the headphones you're using, the clothes you got on, even that coffee mug on your desk. Now get this, 2.5 centuries ago, not a single one of those things would have been possible to make. Not one. The period we're about to break down is the reason you have any of it.
So the whole story of the Industrial Revolution, it's really about this giant leap from one world to another. We went from a handmade world where things were slow, super local, and pretty expensive, to a machine world that was fast, global, and way, way cheaper. This is it. This is the fundamental shift, the one that turned everything on its head.
Okay, so to really get a feel for just how big this explosion was, we first have to picture the world just before that first domino fell. So, what was life actually like back then? Well, for pretty much all of human history, life was defined by its limits. I mean, the only power you could use came from your own muscles, or maybe your animals. If you were lucky, you lived near a river that could turn a water wheel. That was it. And that meant everything was capped. How much you could grow, what you could make, how far you could travel. Your whole world, for the most part, was what you could get to on your own 2 feet.
So that leads to the big question, right? If the whole world was living under these same rules, these same limits, why did this planet-altering revolution start in one specific place? Why on this one small island?
Well, it turns out it wasn't just one thing. It was more like a perfect storm of advantages. First off, Britain was literally sitting on huge piles of coal and iron, the fuel and the skeleton of industry, right there for the taking. Plus, they had capital, lots of it, wealthy people ready to invest in risky new ventures like factories. Their colonies were a double whammy. They provided tons of raw materials like cotton, and they were a captive market to sell the finished clothes back to. And maybe most importantly, Britain had a stable government and this culture of innovation. People were encouraged to invent things. It was the absolute perfect setup.
And once all those ingredients were in place, something pretty incredible started to happen. It wasn't about just one invention, but a whole cascade, a chain reaction, where each new technology created a problem that, in turn, sparked the next invention.
And you can see exactly how this chain reaction played out. So it starts in the textile industry. You get these new machines that can make cloth at an incredible speed, but they need way more power than a water wheel can give them. That massive demand leads to the perfection of the steam engine, which finally unlocks the power of coal. But wait, now you need tons of iron and coal to build and run all these new engines. So that pushes innovation in mining to get the stuff out of the ground faster. See that cycle? Each solution just creates a new, bigger demand.
And if you had to pick one machine that was at the absolute heart of all of this, it would be the steam engine. This was the technology that unlocked everything. Think about it. It turned heat from burning coal into motion. That meant you were no longer chained to the riverside. You could build a factory anywhere you could get coal. And that's exactly what happened. Factories started popping up in cities, and our world really started to take shape.
But all of this incredible technological progress, it had a shadow. This explosion of innovation came at a staggering human cost, creating a kind of social upheaval the world had just never seen before.
So to really grasp the scale of this change, let's just look at one city, Manchester. It was basically the heart of the new cotton industry. In 1750, it was a pretty normal market town. About 17,000 people lived there.
Okay, now, look at this. Just 1 century later, that number had exploded to over 300,000. That's not just growth. That's a human flood. People just poured in from the countryside, desperate for any work they could find in the new factories. And listen, Manchester wasn't an exception. It was the new rule for the whole country. In the span of a single lifetime, Britain completely flipped. It went from being a mostly rural agricultural nation to one where, for the first time in all of human history, more people lived in cities than in the countryside.
So what was life actually like for these new city dwellers? I think this quote really captures the shock and the hardship of it all. For someone who was used to open fields, the city must have felt like a total assault on the senses. You've got smoke and noise everywhere, the work is brutal, the day never seems to end, and you barely even see the sun.
And all of this created a brand new, very stark reality. The revolution generated incredible wealth for sure, but it also carved out this massive chasm between the people who owned the factories and the people who worked in them. You can see it in every single category here, but just look at the life expectancy. That's the most shocking part. It was like two completely separate worlds living right next to each other in the same city.
So, after all that upheaval, what's the lasting legacy? Why does this story from 2 centuries ago matter so much to you and me right now? Well, the answer is simple, really. We are still living in the world it created. When you really boil it down, this era didn't just give us a bunch of new machines. It gave us entirely new ways of living. The very structure of our lives, the commute to work, the whole concept of a 9-to-5 job, the fact that we have access to all this mass-produced stuff, our global economy, all of it has its roots right here. This period created the fundamental blueprint for modern life.
So yeah, the Industrial Revolution was this massive chain reaction, a set of dominoes that fell and ended up building our present. And that leaves us with one final, pretty important question to think about. Today, we're living through our own revolution.